I'm Kathy. I'm a flute teacher here in Victoria, British Columbia. I'm not teaching at the moment because of the pandemic, but I thought I would share with you today a fun little activity you can do with your young flute players at home if you have some students you're teaching online, or if you have some children at home which you're teaching yourself. So for example, I'm teaching my 4-year-old daughter the flute right now, which is kind of quite fun actually. And I'm just starting to introduce her to the concept of 5-note patterns, which are one of the great learning tools included in the Blocki Flute Method Book 1, which is the book I'm using with my daughter right now. And if you flip to the back of the Blocki Flute Method, they have all the 5-note patterns written out there in very, very easy to understand terms. So basically, if you have a child who can actually read their alphabet letters now, it doesn't matter if they can't actually read the notes on the staff yet, or if they don't know the fingerings on their instrument, that's okay, as long as they can identify if it's an F, G, A. Sometimes my daughter will say G, you know, that kind of thing. She'll say the phonics rather than the actual letter name, and that's okay too, because I know what she means. So we're going to be learning F major today, which is quite fun, the F major 5-note pattern. And to learn it, I'm actually using a resource that I made in order to teach pages 18 and 19 of the Blocki Flute Method. And I used a story, a very fun fairy tale called The Frog Prince, except this is not any frog prince, it is the fluty frog prince. And it's really funny. I think it's funny anyways. And definitely 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds will enjoy it for sure. It's available on the fluteplay.ca shop. Today, we're just going to be using 2 of the printables that are included within that bundle. And it's the logs. This is the log printable, and you need some frogs on the logs, and these are our little frogs. And the idea is that each frog has one of the notes of the F major 5-note pattern, and you have to try to line them up in order going up the log. This is the ascending log, and this is the descending log. So for your very first lesson with a young child, you would probably just want to start going up. So F, G, A, B flat, C. And in a moment I will show you a clip of my daughter actually doing this for the very first time, which I filmed this morning, and we just did it using our alphabet. So I said we're going to start on the letter F, because F is for frog. And then I said, what's the next letter? She said G. And then I said, because this is the musical alphabet, we have to go back to the beginning of the alphabet. So we go back to A. So she got it eventually. She got a bit confused with where we put the C, but as you can see in the video, she did figure it out without much help from me. And then for more advanced students, what I like to do is I like to get them to make the frogs hop down to the descending log. So you have F, G, A, B flat, C, and then they have to start with C here and then go down, which actually is a bit tricky for young children to think of their alphabet backwards. But it's really, really good actually for learning reading and also for learning your music. So I'll show that to you in just a second. The nice things I like to do is use washable markers, any color you like. You can get your kids to choose one. And because I laminated the frogs on the logs, you can easily just color on them and then rub it off when you're done with a damp cloth. So I like to do different articulations for more advanced students. So for example, going F to G, I could put a little slur there, could tie them together with a slur. See that? So you could start to do, can we slur an F to a G? Ta, ta, or tu, however you'd like to play it. And then another thing you can do, once they are all lined up on the log, which is really fun, go F, G, A, B flat, C, is you can practice your good flute embouchure, which is a really fun way to end the lesson. So you hold up your frogs on a log and you get your student or your child to make a good flute embouchure, or if they're playing a different wind instrument, use the embouchure for that wind instrument. And if they're playing the piano or something else, they can just blow like they're blowing out candles on a birthday cake. So I'm going to make my good flute embouchure. I'm going to pretend I have a flute under my lip and go. And they hopped off the log and back into the pond. So I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I hope you got a few ideas on how you can just very, very gently teach very young children the concept of scales and 5-note patterns. And you could, I mean, it's even good for teaching the alphabet, honestly. And actually, if you do get the Flutie Frog prints on the fluteplay.ca shop, there's actually a sheet where the frogs don't have any letters written on them, so you can actually choose any kind of letter combination you like. You could print off enough for the whole alphabet if you wanted, but you could do A major or C major or whatever you wanted to learn with your kids. So I hope I'll be making more videos like this in a few days. In the meantime, take care, stay safe, and see you later.